Hey there, everybody. So today I am going to be explaining why a full body training split is probably the best option for around 98% of people. I'm going to go into detailed and specific reasons as to why that is. And then at the very end, I'm going to give an example of what a full body training session might look like. But before I get into that, I do want to first start off with a couple of the key reasons why people go to the gym in the first place. So, besides professional bodybuilders or athletes training for something super specific, most people are going to the gym for a few key reasons. I like to think of it as three reasons. The first reason would be they want to feel good. They know that doing physical activity is linked with feeling better physically and mentally. So that's number one. Number two, they want to look good. Most people want to look their best selves. They want to highlight key areas of the human body that most people want to be aesthetically pleasing and visually pleasing to other people as well. So for men, a lot of the times that can be the arms, chest, back areas. A lot of the times for women, this includes the lower extremities like legs, glutes, things like that. Okay, so people want to look good. We know that. Moving on to point number three, people want to feel confident. A fit body is a fit mind and a fit person. You know, our health is our greatest gift. And if you are physically inclined, then you walk through life in a more confident manner. And I think anyone who spends time in the gym and who is a fit person would 100% agree with this. I know, having lived parts of my life not very fit, that I am a different human being when I am taking care of myself and in the gym. So, with those three things said, and now moving on, I'd like to talk about the first main reason as to why a full body training split is the best option for about 98% of people. So, when we're talking about training splits, you know, there's tons and tons of training split, but the most common that, you know, typical gym goers use or get talked about is something like a bro split. So, you know, splitting the body into different areas. Maybe one day someone's hitting chest and tries, one day someone's hitting back and buys, and then they have a designated leg day. So, you know, this can be referred to as a bro split or a body part training split. Another one that's often used is just splitting it into two sections. It would be a full or an upper body day, excuse me, and then a lower body day, and just kind of alternating between the two of those. Um, and I'm not saying, I want to highlight this very clearly. I'm not saying that any of these splits are bad. They all have a time and place, and um, they can be useful for specific people at specific times. But in order to achieve those three things that we laid out at the beginning that most people want from the gym, they would be better off using a full body training split. When we are looking at something like a bro split or a body part split, those are built for people who are high frequency gym goers, meaning 5, 6, 7 days a week. If you are like 98% of people and you know you work a job, you have a busy life, maybe you have kids, you probably only go to the gym 2, 3, maybe 4 days a week on the higher end. Okay. And sometimes, maybe it's once a week. You, with those amounts and with that frequency, you do not have the ability to hit a body part more than once a week. If you're going to the gym 3 times a week, 2 times a week, like most people do, and you are on this body part split, you will do legs one day, you will do chest and try one day, you will do back and bi one day, and that's it. You'll have one day each. And the truth is that is just not a high enough frequency or a strong enough stimulus to really see the results that most people desire. And while, yes, 1 day a week is better than what most people are doing, which is 0, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. So instead of getting fed up and becoming frustrated and feeling like you aren't seeing any progress, you need to zoom out, take a step back, and understand that only doing something 1 time a week, literally anything, if it's working towards learning an instrument or getting better at a sport, you don't get better with one practice a week. Obviously, we want higher frequency, higher dosages, and more of a stimulus so that we can improve. And that's the reason why most people fail and just aren't happy with the results that they see on a body part training split, a bro split, or upper lower, excuse me. So that's point number one. And a full body training split combats that and is a better option for that because you are hitting each part of your body, yes, with a less dose, a lower dosage, I should say, because, if you're doing a leg day, yes, you will do 6 to 8 legs exercises and you'll leave there, your legs are going to be completely fatigued. But when we're doing these full body training sessions, you're doing 1 to 2 leg exercises and you're leaving feeling like, okay, I got some good work in, but I'm not completely crushed. And we'll get more into that later. But when you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4 full body training sessions a week, you are hitting legs 4 days a week. Yes, it's lesser amounts, but it's spread throughout the week. And it's that higher frequency and a higher dosage. Moving into reason number 2 is a very, very important aspect and something that I think is totally slept on is the scalability component of a full body training split. So like I said, most people who are going to the gym are working individuals who know that physical activity can provide great benefits to them and their life. So with that being said, people are busy. They have busy schedules, busy lives. You can't always get to the gym 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Okay. When you are on a bro split or a upper lower split, you can't really afford to miss a day because that will be that could end up being your entire lower body dosage for that week. And it's just gone. If you are doing a full body training split and you usually go 4 days a week or 3 days a week, but one week you are extraordinarily busy and you can only make it twice, guess what? You still hit every part of your body 2 times and you are not missing a complete dosage of one single body part. So that's what I mean when I say scalability. It can be scaled from effectively 2 days a week to 6 days a week. I train in the gym 5, 6 days a week, and every time I go, I'm doing a full body training split. I scale it to the amount of days that I go. So this means it's even a little bit less of a dosage each day. So that way I can show up each day, not sore, not totally fatigued, and still get good work in. So this usually means 1 exercise per body part per day. Last is the efficiency component. If you're showing up to the gym for a leg day and you have 6 to 8 leg exercises you need to get through, not only are you going to be dreading this, or there's a mental aspect, that's just not very efficient. It's going to take you a long time. You're going to start to move slower and slower through the workout because you're getting so fatigued. With the full body training split, you can be in and out of there in 45 minutes to an hour, which is much more practical for a vast majority of the people who are going to the gym, that 98% that I keep mentioning. Also, in conjunction with the efficiency aspect, it is just as efficient I should say more efficient. It is similar in the way that it can provide results. Okay, so we're not sacrificing our split for getting less results. In fact, you should be getting better results when you're doing a full body training split because you are getting that higher frequency, that higher dosage, and you're more consistent. If you're not missing, if you are missing a day in the gym, and typically that would remove one of your lower body sessions or your full body sessions. Well, guess what? You missed one full body session. You already did 2 or 3 this week, so that's okay. You don't need 4. You got 3 good ones in. That's totally fine. It will provide similar or better results because of this. And I just think that is a really, really important component that needs to be highlighted. This isn't a sacrifice results type thing. This is a get better results because it fits your schedule type thing. Okay, so those are the main 3 points as to why I think a full body training split is better. There's a couple of minor ones that I do want to touch on as well, and these will be quicker, less detail oriented. The mental engagement. Like I said, in regards to the leg thing, a lot of people get to the gym and they're like, oh, it's leg day. And they're pretty much checked out. I work with people online and in person, and I get to train a lot of people. That's what I do for a living. I train humans, and it's awesome. I love it. I love sharing the joy of fitness. It is pretty crazy to see, from my own personal experience, maybe this isn't everyone's, the mental engagement that comes with a full body training split. It can get repetitive, mundane when you're just doing back to back to back to back leg or upper body exercises. You show up, boom, we're going to back squat. Okay, now we're going to dumbbell bench. Now we're going to do a row. Now we're going to finish up with some arms and that machine over there for a choice. And that's it for the day. Like, moving through things like that with that full body aspect keeps you engaged, keeps you excited. And when people are excited and having a good time, that's the best stimulus of all, because they will be more engaged in the reps and the effort that they are putting in to any given exercise. Another smaller additional point would be the recovery aspect. Going in, doing a body part training split, your goal is to basically just wreck one area of your body, just completely destroy it, and then hopefully be recovered in 3 or 4 days by the time you get back to hitting that body part again. When we are doing a full body training split, the goal is to provide the minimum effective dose. So a stimulus that will provide growth and improvement and results, but not so much to the point where every single day you're sore. You're doing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit here to then combine to reach that total that we want to hit each week. Okay. And it's with that just comes the practical aspect of most people can't be doing a crazy leg day when Joe tomorrow needs to go to the office and works on the manufacturing line or has meetings all day. Like, it's brutally uncomfortable to have sore legs, or maybe someone's a dentist and they had a full leg day and now they're wrecked at work the next day and they're on their feet all day working with patients. Like, it is not practical for most human beings to be completely destroying one area of their body unless you are a professional bodybuilder or someone who gets to go to the gym for a living. Okay. Last but not least, going back to the life is crazy thing, this is so much more practical and easy to maintain the most important thing when it comes to fitness, which is consistency. Okay. Like I mentioned before, when life gets crazy and you have to skip a workout, if you miss an entire leg day or an entire upper body day on a body part training split, I mean, that's a whole week that you didn't get any work in for that particular area. That is definitely going to put a dent in your progress. Okay. So when you can fluctuate from 2 days to 5 days based on how busy you are, that consistency maintains because you're still touching each body part, each section of your body, and getting some sort of stimulus or dosage each week. Okay. And that is where the consistency thing is so important. We want to be consistently good, not occasionally great. Okay. And that is the problem with most of the other training splits. They're not bad, but they are not built for the common gym goer. It is much easier or much more difficult to be consistently good because life gets in the way, because we are only human. So that's why when we set ourselves up for success and use something like this full body training split, it is much easier to get results because we are consistent. We are always touching on each area of the body. And overall, just from the work that I've done and the people that I've got to work with, online, in person, myself, whatever it is, I have seen the best results come from this particular type of training. Okay, enough of the blabbering. You're probably wondering what a full body training session might look like. And I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go along with one right here. So typically you get to the gym, do whatever you like to do to warm up, maybe some mobility, maybe some stretching. I like to add in some light plyometrics to get my body just warmed up a little bit, kind of get my nervous system firing, get myself in the headspace of, okay, it's time to work out. It's that time of day where I'm at the gym and it's time to get after it. So you do your warm up, and then I typically like to start with my lower body dominant movement. So this could be something like a squat or a unilateral movement, like a rear foot elevated split squat, a reverse lunge, a step up, anything that is targeting the lower body. And we'll talk about, these are knee dominant movements that I just mentioned. And I alternate back and forth on days between knee dominant and hip dominant, which would be something like an RDL, whether it's single leg, double leg with dumbbells with a bar, or even some sort of machine like a hamstring curl, working the posterior chain. So on this given day, for example, I would be doing some reverse lunges with dumbbells, and I'm just writing this down here. We know from tons of research, and you can just look this up, talk to ChatGPT about it. You really can get good results from 2, 3, 4 sets of something, as long as you are putting in high intent and feeling that stimulus. You want to feel a little bit of a fatigue. I like to say a 7 out of 10 is a good number to shoot for when we're talking about how you're feeling once the set or workout is done. When we talk about the 8, 9, 10 range, that's where we're talking about severe soreness the next day and the inability to just go through the daily things that you have going on in the rest of your life. So 7 out of 10, you can get that stimulus and still feel good enough to go through the other areas of your life. Okay. So we're talking 3, 4 sets of reverse lunges holding a pair of dumbbells. And then I would go in to an upper body movement. So maybe incline bench with a barbell. Incline bench. Again, same thing, 3 to 4 sets. And I like to keep things in the 4 to 12 rep range. Okay. I find fluctuating through that can help emphasize strength, hypertrophy, all the aspects that come from training. Sticking with a certain rep range for a few weeks at a time and then adjusting it can help provide better results. So we've got our lower body, we've got an upper body push. Now we're looking for something for our back, which would be an upper body pull. So how about a cable pull down? So you hook your knees under, you got the attachment, and you're pulling down, squeezing your back muscles. So we'll go cable, pull down, 3 to 4 sets. Okay, we have just hit all 3 major parts of the body. We've got a lower body, upper body push, and an upper body pull. Now we fill in with accessories. I like to rotate through accessories each day. So on this day 1, maybe we would do something for the core. Okay. I really like cable crunches. That's a little bit more of an advanced movement. Some people don't like them. That's what I like. So I'll put cable crunches down. That's an accessory. Typically, I'll pick a machine because I did a lower body knee dominant move today with the movement with the reverse lunges. I am looking for something to target the back of my legs, okay, the posterior side. So this would be something like an RDL. An RDL would be a lot, in my opinion, to pair with the reverse dumbbell lunges if you really put all your effort into that. So instead, I would go with something like a machine, like a hamstring curl. So that would be my second accessory movement, hamstring curl machine. The machines are great because it allows you to, it's a little bit easier. It's a better bang for your buck is what I'll say, especially when you're tired from having hit a couple of main movements. This can kind of make it a little bit easier and still get great work in. So we've got lower body, knee dominant, upper body push, upper body pull, cable crunches for the core. We've got a hamstring curl, which would be that lower body hip dominant or posterior side dominant movement. And then I would probably just finish up with some arms and call it a day. So maybe a little bis and tris combo. And that would be it. We're looking about 45 minutes to an hour here. The next day it would change up a little bit. I would do another leg dominant movement. Maybe I would put my RDL or something first to focus on the hip dominant area. I would do maybe a shoulder press the next day, and then I would do more of a horizontal pulling movement. So maybe a chest supported row. And then I would trade out the cable crunches for a different part of the body that I wanted to emphasize, maybe a different machine. Maybe we do some rear delt or some delt raises, target the shoulders a little bit more. But as you can see, these are engaging, flexible, and scalable workouts that I truly think are the best option for 98% of people who go to the gym. If you have any questions about any of this, please comment. Share this video if you found it helpful. Please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.